Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today we'll be playing into Diana, who has been pretty popular as of late, most likely due to her buffs in a previous patch. Not to worry though, Gwen counters her very well. She eats into you and you land a free Q stack, which does so much damage because of the true damage at the center. Then once Diana's in, she can't really get out. And Gwen really likes it if someone is that close range. So it's an ideal matchup, only if you survive the Diana burst and Diana's, she's mostly a feast or famine champ like Gwen, so if she doesn't get ahead, you can kill her before she kills you. I warded her wolf's hair late, like I warded it pretty late at minute 10 because it helps you track her, where she starts and where she'll end up. Right now I'm just taking things chill. I just planned to do a full clear, so I started my raptors and then I went to my Krugs. After getting my red and recalled to get a dark seal. Anyways, by the time you guys listen to this video, this will be my second video where I've done a voiceover. Again, please let me know if you enjoy the voiceovers compared to the subtitles. I'm new to this, and my mic is unfortunately not that great, so I'm sorry if it sounds very, very breathy. The mic has to be like right next to my mouth as I talk, otherwise it doesn't pick up my voice. So now we're just going to continue to full clear our bot camps and maybe fight Diana on Scuttle. I'd like to beat Diana early because I feel like Gwen is stronger pre-6. Unfortunately, Gwen's first leveled up ult doesn't do much damage yet, and it's mostly designed for her to clear waves very fast and recall. It's not very good in fighting early on, so I wouldn't want to meet the Diana when she hits 6. By matching Diana, we can kill her if she does try to gank bot or mid, and it looks like she will go for mid since my bot is hugging their turret. Here I'm clearing the scuttle very fast. I actually smite it to try to help Victor push out mid. He just solo killed Yasuo and Diana's looking to like freeze or even kill him. I actually stay out of vision, so Diana actually doesn't know that I'm here, and she ends up jumping and flashing onto the Victor. It's too bad he dies, but at least I get a free kill by chasing her down, because since she flashed, she has no way to get out, and I just pop my ghost and kill her. And an early kill on Gwen is so fantastic because you can just snowball and take over the game after that. I get double scuttle out of Diana's decisions, which means a CS lead on me. I try to go top and look for something there, but Sion has the bush warded and he's very tanky early on. Well, for Gwen at least. But you'll soon see later that most of my kills are from killing Sion. Gwen just naturally counters him and melts him in the mid to late game. I back off and let the Scion be. I try to go back farming my Krugs, but of course Diana shows up. She started topside after all, and probably wanted to do the top scuttle without realizing that I took it. There's nothing for her to do but maybe kill the brand, and I willingly take the 2v2 because I know I can beat Diana early, and Scion doesn't do much to Gwen early either. I always try to kill the jungler because when you 2v2 a Scion top, his zombie corpse does a lot of damage if you kill him first. Now that that's done, I go back to farming my top camps, but I had my eyes peeled and I noticed that Janna roamed mid to help kill the Yasuo and maybe get the Victor ahead. I don't have Ghost, but since it's a 1v3, I join in and I end up catching him with my dash and snip ability. As you may notice from the pings, Lucian is very angry at Janna for roaming, but honestly, I think it was such a good roam. I have 5 Dark Seal stacks at 6 minutes. Afterwards, I ran into Diana on the Void Grubs. I wonder why she didn't join Yasuo in defending himself. I guess she wanted to speed run the Void Grubs. I do that too sometimes. I just focus on the objective without looking to see what my laners are doing. Unfortunately, I do miss securing one due to spacing my Q. If I was closer, I would have gotten 2, but at least my smite came up and I secured 1 out of 3, which isn't so bad for the first set. I would have been brave there and killed Diana because she was so low, but Sion scared me off, and I really wanted to play safe to keep my Dark Seal stacks, and I really needed to recall and spend gold. It's not a good idea to unnecessarily fight when you have a lot of unspent gold, and I've been on the map for like a very long time, so I just really wanted to play safe there. I was going to build Lich Bane first because it helps Gwen with her clear speed and it's great for ganking. Lich Bane gives you great burst damage and it helps you kill laners if you want to spam gank because it also gives you ability haste, so your E and your ult will be on lower cooldown. I was thinking of it this game because I'm so strong with my Dark Steel stacks, but ultimately I went Gwen's traditional full AP build because I felt like I was the only one capable of killing the Scion, who became a huge problem later in the game. He was actually a really good Scion. He had good macro, and he was peeling for his team and everything, and he was just impossible to kill sometimes. Anyways, here I rotate bot after clearing my cams, and since the bot lane's so low, I kill the ADC, but unfortunately I missed my needles on Renata, but the goal of turret diving is to kill your enemy's ADC so they get put behind. Don't bother trying to dive Renata after clearing the wave because she is being protected by the Diana. Lucian also recalled and Janet wants to leave as well. They just pushed in the wave into the turret, so it's fine for them to recall. I just kind of roam around, check for vision, see if Diana's bot camps are up. Even if they were, I wouldn't go for it because the timer for Jinx, she'll be back in lane, and Diana's full HP, so it's not a good idea to invade anyways. Because like my bot lane are also they're in the base too. Um, anyways, I clear my blue buff and just continue to farm, putting myself ahead with the CS lead. That's what you do mostly with AP farming junglers like Gwen and Lilia. People say that you can gank early, but it's only a good idea if you know you can beat them. And in my last game, I was fighting an Evelynn, and Evelyn's very weak into Lilia, and same thing here. Diana is also very weak into Gwen, and in another video, I actually invade the Diana at level 2. I decided to go for the Ocean Drake early because I had a feeling Diana was top. Her bot side camps are gone and her top side camps are probably spawning, or they are spawned since we both started top and we have relatively the same timers together. Um, Drakes are always worth it in the long run for the stats they give you. I try not to throw too many games for the grubs anymore, as they are a huge bait objective. They're only good if you're ahead. Ocean Drake is always good early, as it gives your laner sustain and lane against the enemy team with its HP regen stat. Unfortunately, I do regret giving up the grubs because Sion just becomes a total big problem later in the game because he takes our turrets with the grub passive. Ooh, it was a close one, honestly. Like, Sion was carrying their team late in the game. This Sion was very smart and started to proxy the Brand because he couldn't really fight him head on. Brand is very good early and he has percent HP damage, so the Sion wanted to avoid him. It's too bad that I got distracted by the Scion and I killed him when he should have been left alone. I have my camps up, Diana's on the grubs, and he takes way too long to kill, so I lose my tempo. And he'll just get his gold and XP anyways with his zombie form. At least I added more stacks to my Dark Seal. I'm almost at 10, and I could probably build a Magi soon. After my little 1v1 with Sion, I realized that I needed to rush Riftmaker as soon as possible for the bonus damage in combat. I was in combat with him for so long, and I feel like if I did build Lichbane first, it wouldn't do much to the Scion anyways, but not to worry, the Aether Wisp is not going to go to waste. I am going to eventually build Cosmic Drive to have more move speed and more ability haste. It's unfortunate my bot lane lost their 2v2 due to Renata's shielding ability. The enemy team also had a larger wave protecting them. I do end up rushing down there with my ghost to try and secure 2 kills. I only get Jinx, as Renata is distracted taking a solo plate. I don't bother killing Renata, as I know my bot will respawn and get her. I already have full Darksteel stack, so I'm happy to give Lucian a kill, especially since he was very tilted this match from Janna's initial roam. Janna roams again and tries to help the brand out. Diana and Yasuo rotate and end up killing Janna because she's too overextended. It's okay here. I know that I can fight them because I have my ult, and I do end up killing Scion. Diana tickles me with her own ult because I decided to go the green secondary tree for anti-burst runes. Scion does get a knock-up on me, but I placed my W down so Yasuo couldn't teleport behind me and do his own ult. And I used my needles on the Scion and the Yasuo, so Yasuo will be too afraid to go in when Diana ults me and knocks me up.
I will experience everything like I never could before.
I guess Victor didn't realize that he was supposed to swap lanes with Lucian and Janna. And since there was no one bot, Yasuo actually does get a turret. And he does die for it. It's just unfortunate because there's an objective bounty on that turret, and more turrets you lose, more access the enemy has into your jungle, which is not what you want to happen, especially if you're a farming jungler. But since Brand takes out Sion and then eventually kills Diana, we eventually just get a free Drake because their jungler is dead. So here the game starts to go downhill because Jinx manages to get a shutdown on Victor, who for some reason decides to sit mid even though he should really be rotating to the bot lane and preventing Yasuo from just taking all our structures in the side lane. Lucian is also losing his cool because he really wants the mid lane, but Victor just refuses to move. The enemy team eventually does get my shutdown because, you know, I'm a sucker for Raptors. They're just so fast and easy to take. And I felt confident that they were still pushing top lane. That's where the enemy was before I entered the Raptor pit, but they were just camping the bush, and Janna runs away, and then I get focused down because I'm the one with the shutdown. It's unfortunate, but at least it didn't go to Jinx, it went to Diana, who I think I can like still handle, even if she gets 700 gold. So they try the same tactic again of sitting in a bush. I'm very obviously going to rotate to the Drake, and they know that, so they're camping the bush, and luckily I had my Oracle lens up, and it caught them in the nick of time. I used my ult to slow them and get away. It's unfortunate that I had to burn my ult, because I really wanted to save it for this dragon fight and do as much damage as possible when they're all pumped up. Fighting in the jungle is Gwen is very good, because you can... She's kind of like a control mage that way. You can just like use her ult and choke points, and it just like damages so many people in a tight space. Yasuo here has the right idea. He makes the right move of pushing the turret and trying to take it, so then it draws their attention away from the Drake. Of course I respond to it, and he backs off. The enemy's doing a very good job of keeping their macro up and not letting us get a free dragon, so they trade mid turret for the dragon, which I don't mind. I think Like the easiest win condition is to just stack dragons and get Dragon Soul. It's so overpowered, like especially Mountain Dragon Soul. Once you get that, you definitely cannot lose a game unless you massively mess up. Once again, the enemy team is doing a very good job of trading objectives. They get top turret as well as mid turret in exchange for our dragon. That's a very smart decision to make, especially if your team's far behind. Jinx hasn't scaled yet, so they don't really want a team fight. And Scion is just doing Scion things. We don't really have a split pusher on our team except for me, but I'm the jungler and I have to be at the Drake, so very bad macro on our part. My team just can't really keep up with the Scion. After taking top turret, the enemy team immediately rotate to the Baron. Generally, after making a play such as taking top turret, you shouldn't make another big play like Baron. You want to spend your money and heal up in base before starting the next big objective. But since two of my team members died, and Diana got a red buff for them to heal, they felt confident enough to start it. As Gwen, hopping over the wall and stealing it with ult and Q stack is a very good idea. Her high burst damage can let you secure objectives like these for your team. Unfortunately, I was a little late in hopping over the wall and got stuck in the pit. So then I decided to try to kill as many as possible to take away some of their Baron buffs. I'm a little bit bad on the Gwen micro, I have to say, and then I get baited by Diana's Sonya's. I really should have checked items before focusing in on her, and maybe I would have queued the Renata Glass and killed her instead. So here I'm just trying to either get a kill or clear their Baron buff wave to stall out and make sure they don't get any more turrets. And thankfully, by engaging on their enemy team, it attracts the Scion away from the side lane. He's one of the biggest problems, and he helps Jinx scale because he just keeps getting money and opening the map up for his team so they could potentially make a comeback. So here, Diana uses her Zonius, and I'm very happy with that, so I kind of just want to leave the jungle. It's not a good idea to linger in the jungle, you can get ambushed. So I return to mid lane to help Lucian fight off Yasuo, who is constantly pressuring. To get the kill, I'm very happy, but unfortunately, two of our team members die in the jungle. Luckily, they chunked Jinx very low, and she should have actually recalled here instead of greeting for mid-turret, and as a result, I get a shutdown, and 1000 gold is super good on Gwen, because full build Gwen can annihilate both tanks and squishies. It's actually a very good feeling when you are in a game and you reach full build Gwen, and you are a level 18 Gwen, you just take control of the game. I really should have just let them be here instead of chasing them, because at this point both teams have been on the map for a very long time and you're both low on resources and you have a lot of money to spend. Unfortunately, I end up dying in the end because I was focusing so much on the Scion, even though I could have easily just evaded him and chased down the low HP squishy since he's so immobile. My bad, I sometimes still have a little bit of trouble identifying targets. I still don't have the damage to kill the Scion, but as I said, once I'm level 18, once I have full build, he is just another squishy to a Gwen. I finally have Crypt Bloom. I have a magic pen to hopefully maybe deal some damage to the Scion. I immediately go with my team to kill Yasuo and Scion, who are busy taking our tier 2 turret. Afterwards, I rotate mid to try and get a double kill on the Renata and Jinx. And maybe the Diana. I just know that since two of their teammates are dead, it's a good idea to have our numbers advantage and kill the enemy team who are also a little bit overextended trying to take our mid turret. After killing Renata and the Diana, I get shutdown money, which is always so good if you're behind, which I think my team is because Sion is a menace, and I guess Yasuo too. He's been hitting a lot of turrets as well, and the Jinx, she's been getting a lot of kills. Ooh, this game is very wild, a lot of back and forth. No clear winner, who will win? But yeah, if you let a Gwen go to level 18 and give her a lot of shutdown money, I would place my bets on the Gwen's team. After killing the enemy jungler, I personally thought it would have been a good idea to start the Baron and rush it. Gwen and Brand take the Baron so fast, so quickly. I thought we could just speed rush it and maybe get out of there alive. I forgot that some of my team members can't really hop over walls like Gwen. That's okay. We could sacrifice some players. If Gwen has the Baron buff on her, she can just split push, take a lot of structures late in the game. She can just one-tap turrets. It's super crazy. Don't let Gwen get a Baron buff late in the game because she can just make things even to make up for her lack of early game presence. So here, Victor makes a really great play. He teleports behind the enemy team after they take the inhib, cutting off their escape route. And Diana gets caught out. He gets killer. Unfortunately, Yasuo is still split pushing bot, and Lucian and Janna have to respond to that. Victor and I should have backed off from the Jinx and the Sion, but we were really greedy, and killing the ADC this late in the game can open up the map. You can have so many options to do whatever you want. You can secure objectives, and they just don't have the damage to teamfight you or to take away your empowered Baron buffed minions. Yeah, look how greedy my team is killing this Jinx. It's a good thing that she has a really good Scion who is healing for her. He's making sure that she's safe, so I really think that Scion played very well this game. Somehow, I don't know how, I should have downloaded the replay and looked at this, but Bran killed her off screen, and I have no idea how he did it. So this is a really good Drake fight for us because Janna placed a lot of vision before we actually started fighting for the Drake, and I also got a really good flank and killed the Diana. And without Diana, they can't really secure the Drake unless Jinx has her ult up, and in which case I don't think she had it up because she didn't even use it when I secured it. And Sion is really up in our face, so we kill him. And then poor Jinx is all isolated, and she does hold her own and almost kills my team members, but I come back around to kill her. I honestly thought she would have tried to run away after that, so that's why I hopped over the wall to see if I could cut off her escape route, but she just ended up going deeper in our own jungle towards her own base. So here I don't bother recalling after taking the Drake because I have so much money and I just really want to push up waves to hopefully end the game. Yasuo tries to stop me, and I feel like he isn't in the know about Gwen's W because Gwen's W gives you resistances, and usually good players will try to bait your W out, and then they re-engage, and Gwen is pretty squishy without her W. We kind of just stat check each other to death. Since I'm a Gwen with my W up, I win the 1v1 even though I get hit by everything.
Rampage.
So I managed to get a double kill on the Jinx and the Renata, and my team is pushing out the bot wave, so we can most likely end there. Gwen doesn't really need a very big wave late in the game. She can just one-tap the turret with as little as one minion. In fact, I think we could probably just press W and tank the turret and just kill it. This was a game with a lot of back and forth due to the lack of split pushers on my team to respond to theirs. Also the fact that my team was mostly AP and they had a Scion who was very difficult to kill. In the end, level 18 Gwen with full build got into their base and took down their nexus. If you guys made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!